Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about a process through which we can easily execute the QShell command with the help of clle program. Okay, so like if you have idea about QShell, then there QShell provide us a prompt screen the screen where we can execute the all commands related to QShell, right? And then now in today's session we are going to discuss about a process through which we will execute those commands but with the help of clle program. So there might be some scenarios in your project as well where you might need this process, like you might uh, you might use this clle program to showcase all the list or the directories which is present in your system. Okay, so in that case again you need this process. Fine, but before I'll show you the program, let me show you the some prerequisite commands that we are going to use on QShell first, because first of all we should be aware of all the basic and the initial level thing before before going to start with the discussion. Okay, so let me tell you the normal process, like how usually we go and hit the QShell command on ibmi. So for that you just need to write this qshell and then simply hit enter. The moment when you hit enter, it will take you to this screen where you can see QShell command entry screen. It is same like you can compare it with strsql. When we hit strsql, it provides us a screen where we can execute sql queries, right? Similarly, to execute qshell command, you can simply write qsh on command prompt, like command line. Here in command line you can write qsh, so it will open a terminal where you can execute all your qshell commands. Fine. Now how we will like how what is the first command that we can try on qshell? So first command you can try is ls. Maybe some of you have some idea about the linux system. There we used to perform these commands, right? Where uh, same commands we can execute on linux as well, so maybe it would be relatable to you. Okay, so this is the command ls. So what this command will do, it will list down all the files as well as directory which is present in your system. So let me hit enter here. The moment when I hit enter, it show me all the files and directory which is present in my system. You can see core report2.pdf. So these are all the files. Even there is one directory text Sharmit. Okay, so this is the simplest command you can say for QShell, which we can use as a demo, because today we are only going to focus on the main process, like how we can execute the QShell command with the help of CL program. We are not going to discuss about each and everything about QShell because there are many things that we can discuss on it. Maybe in the upcoming session we will cover it, but for time being we are just focusing on the uh, process through which we can execute. Let's say there are some commands for you which you want to execute on your CL program. So how we can do that? So for that, just I'm explaining you one simple command which is ls. Fine. Now let's say I want to navigate with this ls into some other directories or files. So how to do this? So for this you can simply write ls, then keep a space, then slash home, because by default directory is home, then slash, and again you can put your username. So in my case username is Sharmit, and then simply hit enter. Once you hit enter, it will take all the details but for this specific path, although there is no difference because same thing is stored in this username for this username, right? That's why it is showing this. Okay, let's say I want to change it, like instead of Sharmit, let's go with home itself. So in case of home, you can see there are multiple files, right? Various files are there. So this is the reason, like that's the way through which we can navigate for a particular file, because we are not interested in home directory. We are interested mainly in our username part. So in that case, you can simply put here Sharmit or whatever your username is. You can hit that name and then it will provide you the list. Fine. Let's say now I want to navigate more for this directory Sharmit. So in that case, what I can do, I can simply put slash here with my directory name, which is Sharmit, and then simply hit enter. Okay, so you can see something is wrong here. That's why it is showing error found getting information for object this no such path or directory. All right, so there is something wrong. You can see the spelling is wrong for this directory. So to edit this, because we have already executed it, so what we can do to retrieve this on command line, you can place your cursor here and simply press F9. Once you press F9, it will retrieve it back, and then you can simply edit Sharmit and hit enter. So you can see this time it is providing us data. So if your query is wrong, if your command is wrong, then it will show you the error with proper message, no such path or directory. But if your query or command is correct, then in that case it will showcase all the data present in your directory. So if you remember, in one of our previous session we discussed about the data parsing, right? XML parsing, and there we created some files on IFS. So at that moment we were using this directory only, Sharmit directory, where we created two file, data.xml and test.xml, and then later we use these files to perform the XML parsing, right? So same thing we are able to see here with the help of this ls command itself. So what ls command is doing, we are using ls command to showcase, to list out all the files and directories, and then to navigate for a particular path you can put /home /Sharmit /Sharmit, whatever your path is, and then it will provide you the list. Okay, so yeah, I think this is enough for now. Like you have now you have some basic idea about the directory and the basic command related to Qshell, and now we are good to start with the program discussion. So for that, what we will do, we will take option 2 on this program. Here you can see this is a quite simple program, like we have only few lines of code here which we are going to use in order to run the QShell command through our CL program. So let's see what all things we are doing here. First one is defining variable. For sure we need one variable where we will hold the command, that command which we want to execute. So for that you can simply write DCL, then simply take F4. Once you take F4, it will provide you this screen where you can put your variable name with ampersand, because we know in CL we need to put this ampersand. So ampersand command. Then in type you can put star character, by default storage is auto. Then you can provide the length. So these are the basic things. Like basic things we have already covered, because in CL's playlist you will find all the session in a proper sequence, so you can refer it from there. For now we are just seeing what all things we are declaring. So we are declaring command variable with the length 256, and it will store. At the moment I'm not initializing anything here because I want to initialize it separately with the help of chg var command, just to make it readable, more readable. Okay, so hitting enter, you can see then we have like variable declaration is done. Now we will assign some command to it. So you can see I'm using chg var command. Then simply take F4, change variable command, put your variable name, ampersand command, and then you can put the path, but it should be correct. Right now you can see it is not correct, because if I copy this from here and if I run this over the QSH, then you will see it will give error. Why? Because this path is not valid. We are not keeping a space here. So space is very important here, right? So in that case I will put a space again, and now if I try to copy it and run it, it will work. It should work. So you can see it is working as expected. It is providing the list of data. Okay, so this is one thing. So it's a trick, you can say. Before directly running into the program, just verify your path first on the normal QSH, and once you are confirmed that yes it is working fine, then you can put into your variable, so that it will save your time in debugging and all. Okay, so hitting enter, Now we have set the value for QShell command, and then we are good to start the QShell with the help of this command strqsh. So it is mainly used to start the QShell for a specific command that we are providing to it. So you can write strqsh, press F4. Here you can put the command &command and then simply hit enter. So what it will do, it will process your command, it will start your command, start the QShell for your specific command. Okay, so fine. This is all about this for this program. Let me compile it again and call it. You can see it is providing me the data. You can read it from here. This is the current data, right? Data.xml, test.xml, press enter enter to end the terminal. So we can simply hit enter, it will end the terminal. And if let's say if you made some mistake in your command, just remove the space again. So in that case it will give you the proper error as well, because if I call it, you can see it is giving me the error that this path is not found. So whether you are providing correct command or wrong command, it will provide you the information whether it is correct or not. So this is the best thing we can do with CL. Like we can simply use this one line command strqsh, which we can use in order to perform some command commands on QShell, right? So this is the simplest program we can say for CL that execute the QShell command. And as I told you that this is just a description, or you can say introduction session for QShell. There are various things that we can do with QShell. So maybe in the upcoming session we will explore that thing as well. But for time being, yeah, that's the all thing that I wanted to share with you all. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.